We're going to solve this one algebraically as well. Now, there's two possibilities again, so we sort of split our page in half. If you want to start off with the two possibilities, if negative 3 x minus 2 squared plus 4 is bigger than 0 is one possibility, and the second possibility is when negative 3x minus 2 squared plus 4 is less than 0. Those are the two possibilities. Either the inside of the absolute value is positive, or the inside of the absolute value is negative. If it's positive, then the absolute values don't matter. So then you're just solving this equation. How do I solve this equation? Well, I'll subtract 4 on both sides. X minus 2 squared, are you okay if I write x minus 2 squared like this? It's already factored. It's already equal to 0. What's the solution? Well, they're both 2, but the only solution is x equals 2. Next thing we need to do is verify x equals 2. Our left side and our right side. Well, the left side of our equation, I guess I can probably move this line over a bit, because our left side of our equation is 4. The right side of our equation is negative 3, absolute value of negative 3, x minus 2 squared plus 4. If I plug in 2, it becomes the absolute value of 4, which is positive 4. Does that equal the left-hand side? Yes, it does. So I can check this one off, that x equals 2 is a solution. Sorry, everybody able to get the verification down? Good? I'm going to scroll back up to do the other side. The other side, if the inside is negative, then you would have to multiply that whole side by a negative to make it positive. So you would have negative 3x minus 2 squared plus 4 in brackets with a negative out front. Distributing that negative to these two terms would give us 3x minus 2 squared minus 4. If I move the 4 over, I would get 8 equals 3x minus 2 squared. Now you have some options on how you can want to solve this. If I would say what I think is the easiest option, I would say the easiest option would be to get the x minus 2 squared all by itself. How do you get rid of the squared then? Square root both sides. What do you have to remember when you square root both sides? Plus or minus. And so to get x by itself, you could add 2 to both sides. 2 plus or minus the square root of 8/3. Of course, on an exam, this wouldn't be a final answer because you have to rationalize the denominator. Back to our radicals unit. This is 2 plus or minus the square root of 8 over the square root of 3. How do I get rid of that square root of 3 on the bottom? I multiply by square root of 3 and square root of 3. So then I get 2 plus or minus the square root of 24 over 3 equals x. And this still wouldn't be our final answer. How come? It doesn't cancel out, but square root of 3 times square root of 3 is square root of 9, which is just 3, as long as we don't have a square root. And the square root of 24 can be simplified. right? We always write it as a mixed radical for simplification. Because 24 is 4 times 6, that's 2 root 6. And now we would have to verify both of those. But I'm going to save you some time and just tell you they work. All right? So questions for practice here are 11 and 12.